On board. Hello and welcome back to another video, and yes, we are back in Willow Creek. As you can see, we have done these two houses in the past videos, and I am now going to be redoing Daisy Hovel. It's a starter home. I will try and make it so it is again similar to budget. I know these are more expensive. I don't know how that one got to that much because I used lots and lots of debug landscaping, so I don't know how it got to that much. It must have just happened. Anyway, we are now going into this. Starting off, we are just throwing in a couple of rooms in, just trying to work out the size and shape of the build. It turns out to be an L shape with a little sort of bay window at the front, which you will see in 1 second as I'm adding the bay window now. I do also shrink the room a bit because it kind of looked a bit big and I wanted the house to be small and cheap. By the way, I did actually get like better with the pricing of this build, so it is actually closer to what the original price was before I bulldozed it. Moving on, I add some stairs at the front, and there's a little platform as like a front porch, and I do use the cheapest, nicest fencing for the area. I did also elongate the back of the build because it kind of looked weird with the roofs and I had no clue how to make it look nice, so that's hence that. Moving on, I now add a door. It's just a small door, it's a 2-tile door, it looks nice. And I also add yellow wallpaper, which is the paneling, because I've not really done that before. I'm just trying to branch out because it's getting same old. So I do use the windows that I use quite a lot though. It doesn't work out with getting 2 of them in the right corner of that little bit there, but I used 1 instead. And I also do use the well, no, actually, don't tell a lie. I use 1 tile door for the back. Moving on, I'm just planning out the rooms where things are gonna be. I did take a while on that. I don't know why I keep taking a while on things, but I do. The the little doorway thingy you see there disappears because it just doesn't work right. It doesn't look great. This is the kitchen at the moment. We're just planning out where things are going again. It does move around quite a bit. You will see that there was shelving there. It did get removed because it was just too expensive, and I'm just trying to save the money at the moment on there. And I am now just adding stuff like the sink, the microwave, you know, necessities for the build so a sim can actually live in it. Here you can see that I do add the shelves. They will get removed, I'm quite sure. I believe they do get removed. They are in a really light wood colour because, again, I wanted to branch out because I'm always doing like dark wood floors and it just gets same old, so that's hence. Moving on, we add the tile. Again, it is base game because everything is base game in here, but it's one of the ones which are from the one of the newer updates. I believe it's a newer update from the past year or so. And we also add aprons for a little bit of colour and clutter because that wall was empty and I didn't know what to put there. The flooring is just a simple plain light wood which goes everywhere except from the bedroom, which you will see is a carpet. And here we are now adding the rug. I try to use the swirly rug. It's too big, it doesn't look right, so we end up going for the little circle rug, which you will see in a second. Here we are. It is in blue. I keep using blue in quite a lot of these. I will start trying to branch out again. I know it's a big change. Here you can see that I'm adding sort of like a greyish wallpaper because it looks nice. Moving on, we are now adding the dining table, which is a similar wood colour to the floor. It was trying to make it all the same, and the chairs all match the table as well. You can also see that I'm putting lantern lights and little hanging lights everywhere. Normally I put saucer lights on, but they don't really work on builds sometimes, so we just use nicer lights. Moving on to the living room, I use a sort of little blue sofa. It's a light wood colour and blue because it's the only one that had light wood colour in it, and I didn't want to use the cheapest ones, which are like the plasticky looking sofas, because I keep using them. They look really plasticky, and there's not really like many great sofas in the base game. We do move things around a bit because I want to add a desk in for functionality, which means that I have to scoot things to the side. And we are now adding the desk. Again, it's the same colour as all of the other wood textures, and we just add a simple plain rolling chair and a computer. Nothing too drastic, quite cheap, and we just start adding pictures everywhere. We use a butterfly one and one that looks like some sort of like manor house. Moving on to the bedroom, I use a really cheap bed. I know this one says it's uncomfortable, however it was one of the cheapest ones that actually looked nice and was a double bed, so that's why I used it. Now I am adding some clutter onto the bedside tables. It's just simple. Again, it's just a little light and books for more skills, so skill building stuff. And we just add wallpaper in, the same wallpaper as everywhere else because it looks nice, and we use a lantern light again. Now we are adding a mirror. I did try it with a one that stays on the wall. It doesn't work. As you can see, I make it so it's a standing mirror, and I also add photos as well. So that is it for the video today. So let's show you around. Here we can see that there is the dining room and the living room and the office area. Here is the kitchen. Here is also the bathroom. Is another view in the kitchen. Moving on to the bedroom, we just have pretty plain and simple stuff. I did switch around a couple of things because it wasn't quite cheap enough. Moving on to the garden, it's pretty plain and simple. I did use quite a lot of debug outside because it was a lot cheaper. And that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a like. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe. And if you have any comments or suggestions or even want to say hi, then please do. And I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.